The internet's most illegal gooning incidents. Oh boy! The ghost of the goon.
You already know, we're living in the middle of
What you know about the ghost of the goon?
Unable to contain.
Who's hacking my shit?
Some gooners have gotten themselves in serious legal trouble, be it for gooning in public,
the ghost of the goon,
exposure, voyeurism. It's getting crazy out there. And with that stated, today we'll be once again looking at several cases where gooning ruined people's lives. Policemen goons while driving. Gooning on the job is already risky business.
Gooning on the job as a fed?
It can be absolutely diabolical.
My local officers better hope I don't see that shit. We gonna have big problems.
The case of the cop who crashed his cruiser while watching porn. On November 6th, 2024,
you crashed the whip while you were gooning. With the badge. With the badge on. You're a disgrace. That's a disgrace, if you ask me.
Sorrento, Florida, police deputy Tristan McComber was
Look at this guy
in his squad car southbound
He's chasing
Road 435, and this would be no ordinary patrol.
Tell me it ain't on the body cam, bruh. You didn't even click the body cam off? Am I tripping? Nah, this can't be real, dude.
On body cam footage, Tristan can be seen briefly checking his phone, and then out of nowhere, crash. Officer McComber, distracted from checking his phone, rear-ended a civilian motorist who was stopped behind a school bus. Uh-oh. But that's not even the worst part. Frame-by-frame body cam footage analysis reveals, well, he was watching porn.
Buddy. You is dumb as hell. How did you even get your job? You was watching that freaky shit while you're on the job driving the police cruiser, and you hit a person on a motorcycle. Cut this dude's nuts off.
Possibly even gooning to it. Bro was literally browsing the hub while tailgating a soccer.
You gotta stop putting this picture up, dude. I can't look at this dude smiling at me like that.
I can't control my horny level.
Stumbling out of his patrol car, bricked up and torqued, McComber, or McCoomer as I'm calling.
He stays in the crash car. He's like, oh, well, might as well finish it off. Might as well finish it off now. I'm already
him from now on.
Might as well go out like a champ.
Embarrassed.
Go out like a champ.
Back up and goes to check on the woman that he hit.
Yeah, that fucking sucked.
No shit, buddy.
Yeah, I'm good. Hello, man.
Oh, never mind. It wasn't a motorcycle. It was a car. I was wrong.
Brakes locked up.
Thankfully, the woman was unharmed.
My brakes locked up, buddy.
I don't think she.
Your hand was cupped around your cock.
Cop was up to before he.
No, I actually can't say that. He was driving.
Toyota Corolla.
Previously, probably was.
Backup police would arrive and, of course, wanted to know why Officer McCoomer rear-ended this innocent lady. This is an audio recording from that incident of him explaining what he was doing.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit.
The cop actually lied when the colleagues arrived. Officer Coomer told his supervisors that the woman ahead of him abruptly stopped due to the school bus. He said the sudden braking caused his brakes to lock up, and that's why he crashed into her.
I'm so sorry. It's okay. My brakes locked up.
McCoomer even claimed that his ABS light had been blinking around the time of this occurring. So, you know, he's implying that, oh, my ABS.
Yeah, this dude's about to pull a classic. Yeah, dude. I don't know what the hell happened. I was just driving. Also, my check engine light caught on, dude. Engine shut. I swerved into the next lane. It has nothing to do with the amount of beer that I have sitting next to me, or yeah, my shit's f***ed, officer. Help me.
This is messed up.
You know any good mechanics?
The woman. So yeah, it was wet out at the time, and you know his story seemed plausible. Nothing would come from this, well, other than the police officer himself.
I can't control my horny level.
But then they pulled the body cam footage.
He wasn't texting before slamming his car into a woman's car.
He was looking at porn. West 2's
On the news, buddy?
Internal Affairs
Come on!
Camera video from the crash.
When an official from the sheriff's office
How are you ever
reviewed
gonna
the
be
body
hired
cam
again?
footage, they quickly realized McCoomer wasn't being honest with them. Wet roads and ABS wasn't the issue here. A quote from the official: "I was able to observe in the top right of the screen that McCoomer was holding what appears to be a cell phone in his right hand," unquote. When questioned about the cell phone usage, which clearly led to the crash, McCoomer admitted he was on his phone, but said that he was only checking a group chat that had other officers in it. The problem with that is, in the footage,
He was on one of them
there's
Reddit group
literally porn
chats,
on
buddy.
the screen. So are you saying that you and your cop bros have a Gooning group chat, Mr. McCoomer? Investigators got to take a look at this group chat, and well, they found no such pornographic imagery within it, so the Coomer was lying again. They pressed him again even harder, and Tristan McCoomer would finally come clean, admitting to not only being on his phone, but also to looking at pornographic material. Specifically, quote,
You gotta deny till you
boobs
die,
and
bro.
whatnot.
Fuck it. At that point. Deny till you
McCoomer
die.
will be reprimanded for lying by omission.
Could've said it was a pop-up
Investigators
ad for all I
confirmed
give
that
a
the
shit.
main reason for the crash was due to the officer ogling at pornographic images on his phone. The Coomer was also cited for violating other policies, including a general order about using a cell phone on the job and also not wearing his seatbelt. In
You
January
piece
of
of shit.
2020
I just got hit with a seatbelt ticket and this motherfucker wasn't even wearing a seatbelt, huh? They probably don't even wear their seatbelts. Them cornball ass. Hit me with a seatbelt ticket though. Cornball ass.
Officer McCoomer, now fully exposed as a gooner cop and facing firing, resigned from Lake County.
It's better than what I coulda got
turning his
charged with, though.
badge in shame. He would join the likes of other gooner police officer extraordinaires, such as the on-duty
Huz?
cop that was in an OnlyFans promotional video. Go watch my other video about gooning if you want to
Huz?
learn about that guy. As for the vehicle that the officer rear-ended, the driver seemed to be uninjured in the body cam footage, so no big deal.
Oh, dude, if I got hit by a cop, dude. If I got hit by a cop and I actually was in full, like, wasn't my fault at all, dude, I'm hitting the fucking... Oh, I'm getting up. My back, my neck, my balls. Everything hurts, man. You fucked me up, dude. I'm gonna need that badge number and that insurance. My head and my balls. I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to walk again, officer. I'm gonna need a new red Hellcat. ASAP. Oh. That's what you had to pull if you got hit by a cop, dude. Their insurance is probably... Dude, that shit's probably like... I don't even know. Hopefully they don't got the general.
I'd imagine
If
she
they
has
got
a
the
potential
general,
lawsuit
I'm
against
cooked.
the county, considering she was hit by a cop watching porn on patrol. Hopefully the Lake County Sheriff's Office did the right thing here and paid for the damage done to her vehicle. Maybe even hopefully gave her a little bit of extra, considering how fucking ridiculous all of this was. Starbucks gooning incident.
Oh no.
Our next gooner is an individual who became so reckless with his stroking addiction that he frequently became known to goon for extended sessions in extremely crowded public areas. On March 11th, 2022, around 9:30 a.m., 27-year-old homeless man and self-described male model Blake Rain decided to put on a show at the Miami Beach Starbucks on Collins Avenue and 29th Street. As Blake entered the Starbucks, he didn't approach the barista and order a coffee. Rather, he leisurely walked over to an American flag that was hanging on the store window.
You motherfucker. You're gonna disgrace America like that, huh? Nobody wants to see your pecker at the Starbucks, dude. Come
Produced his cock
on.
and balls and started jerking off publicly. The man looking rather patriotic as he stroked away.
The man in
At
this
least
video
coulda hit
was
a salute or
arrested for lewd
something.
and lascivious behavior inside a Miami
Gotta be
Beach
gangster.
Starbucks. What are you
On video, in front of the flag, gooning,
as employees who may
in the
not be aware
Starbucks?
continue calling
Come
for
on! That would be fucking hilarious. Nasty,
Apparently
but
stuff
low-key
like
funny.
This must happen a lot around there, as the baristas are seemingly just going along with their work as if there isn't a guy shooting ropes in their lobby. You can literally hear them calling out customer names to pick up drinks. Thankfully, Alyssa, the woman who's recording, intervened in all of this madness, chastising the depraved gooner and did her best to cockblock the guy from his own right hand.
I don't want to ever go back, and it's just, it'll always be in the back of my head.
What do you do in that
I don't know,
situation,
he
dude?
might
You might
have
walk
actually
up to him and he
been
might
into
blast you
that
one.
It's just
And it's on go. I'm
This
shooting his
sickening
ass.
public gooning display by our homeless male model here reportedly lasted about 10 minutes. Eventually,
10
Miami Beach
minutes?
officers would arrive, and they scared the guy off in the process. Officers caught up with him shortly after he fled. He was seen walking southbound on Collins Avenue, and once he saw the
Bro,
police were on
I was
his
about to
trail,
say he
took
got
off
away.
running. Officers gave chase and ended up tasing the fleet-footed
Hell
masturbator,
yeah.
marking the end of his Starbucks stroke session.
Video shows police trying to take 27-year-old Blake Rain into custody. Police report says Rain ran from police. He's combative, while police tase him.
Blake was arrested and charged with lewd and lascivious behavior, disorderly conduct in an establishment, and resisting an officer without violence. After being
What's
taken
a
to the
goon
Mount
to a
Sinai Medical
goblin?
Center to tend to injuries from his arrest, Blake Rain was then taken into custody and arraigned in a court for his bond. Blake was quite nasty towards the judge and almost earned himself a gag order for his unhinged behavior when he was addressing the bench.
The suspect appeared in bond court. Rain was argumentative with the judge and tells the judge he works on the beach.
If you don't stop, I'm going to mute you and you will not be able to speak for the rest of this hearing. Do you understand me?
I mean, who's to say that the guy wouldn't have liked the gag order? He might have been into that kind of thing. In the wake of all of this, Starbucks issued a public statement regarding the gooner. Once alerted to the customer's behavior, our partners, employees, took action and local authorities were immediately called. We want our stores to be a welcoming environment, and our partners are empowered to address any behavior that doesn't meet our third place policy. In the future, we will be advising police to tase the fuck out of anyone masturbating in our store, unquote. In April 5th of 2022, it was actually found that Blake had
You're a
other
sicko,
crimes he was
man.
facing in the state of New York, so he was a fugitive and would get extradited back there. Hey, if you work at a Starbucks in New York or Florida, keep your eyes peeled for this guy, because if you don't, he might sneak in and patriotically jerk off in front of everybody.
In the front of the
story
flag,
of
man.
the
Come
gooner
on.
doc.
Now we advance to one of today's most prolific and shameless gooners. A medical doctor whose gross proclivities led to him regularly walking around naked in his own medical office in front of female staff. This is Arkansas-based Dr. David Define, a medical professional with over 25 years of experience, and he's had
What the
an
hell?
interesting career to say the least. The doc is no stranger to getting in trouble. In the past, the physician has been criminally charged for illegally distributing pain medications, and even had his medical license suspended back in 2017 due to excessively prescribing narcotics. But big fucking deal though, right? I mean, it sounds like
We'll wipe
your
that under the
average
table.
small-town
That never
American
happened.
doctor, you
Sweep
know?
under the
Well,
rug.
I'm not here to talk about the doc because he's passing out perk 30s to anyone who
The
asks him.
Urkies?
I'm here because he's
The
in the office with
Urkies!
his cock and balls out. You see, Dr. David in the past has described himself as a naturist, essentially a head-ass way of saying that he's a nudist. The guy at one point even reportedly operated an Instagram page called Naked Dr. Dave, where he would presumably post about his nudist lifestyle. This page was only the start of unsettling things to come. It was the first indication that there was something fucky going on.
What
with
is
this guy
going
behind closed
on?
doors, and apparently he was unclothed behind those doors. Dave's nude antics first got him in trouble with the Arkansas Medical Board back in January of 2024. Someone reported his nudist Instagram page to the medical board after stumbling upon apparent nude photos of him posted there. When confronted about this, he'd defend himself against the board, stating that as a naturist, he does not, quote, shame, sexualize, fear, or negatively stigmatize the naked body, unquote. He also added that there was no crossover whatsoever with my professionalism while practicing medicine and my nature.
Yeah, imagine you're just you're laying down in the surgery table when all of a sudden your doctor comes in butt ass naked. He's butt ass naked and you're just laying there. Yep. Alright, yep, man, here comes this dude, ass cheeks out, and I'm alright. If he comes in ass naked, dude, count your fucking minutes. I was gonna say your days, but you ain't got none. If your doc comes in there ass cheeks swinging.
The guy was a proud nudist, and
good luck.
Damn, anyone tried to get between him and being butt ball naked. But he promised that he wasn't naked at work. That was different. That was a line that he was not willing to cross. Skeptical, but willing to concede.
Wasn't there just videos of him being naked at work?
Decided not to take any action against Dr. David. But this situation was far from over and was only about to get much worse. Around the time of the board ceasing their investigation on the doc, an extremely disturbing piece of surveillance video footage would come to light. A piece of footage that suggested David was lying about not mixing his at-home nudity with on-the-job activities. Coming to light in November of 2024, the footage originally recorded all the way back in 2019 allegedly
whose weird ass does this shit
around his medical office in Blytheville, Arkansas, while completely butt-ball naked. The nude practitioner can at one point be seen carelessly conversing with several of his female employees. At one point, the nude doctor even goes to interact with the patient. The guy was very much ingratiating his nudist philosophy into practice, and it kind of looked like he got a weird kick out of doing this. He was power tripping, you could say. The shocking leaked footage was then provided to the Arkansas Medical Foundation by an anonymous tipster. This tipster claiming that the doctor was a disturbed sex lunatic. They alleged the guy, quote, used the position of power, sexual grooming, and salary increases to groom employees and patients into repulsive sex acts. One possible example of this is a clip allegedly showcasing the doctor performing a sex act directly in front of one of the women, who is said to have not only been a lab technician within the office, but also one of Dr. David's patients. The reported sexual act ended with the nudist doctor actually ejaculating on the woman, allegedly. All of this happening during office hours. When this illicit sexual behavior and gooning was
during office hours,
had foolishly let him slide previously was now all over him. In Dr. David's disciplinary report, the Arkansas Medical Foundation stated, quote,
the perverse behavior leads to concerns about a sexual compulsive disorder or paraphilia,
which may, in fact, cross boundaries with his delivery of medical care. Simply, the interaction with his office staff suggests an entanglement in his medical practice. When confronted with the possibility that the medical board possessed surveillance footage of him jerking off and being naked in front of staff, the doctor played dumb, saying, quote, I don't know anything about that at all. I would have to see those things to have any idea what you're talking about. They promptly would show him, and the Gooner doc finally realized he was fucked. As a result of parading around with his dick and balls out in the doctor's office, the board suspended his medical practice.
Dude, if my mom worked with some dude and she said that some dude was doing this shit, bro, I'd come in there and bust his shit. I don't give a fuck. Why would nobody snitch on his ass? Am I like tripping right now? How hard would it be to literally go to cops and be like, yeah, this guy I work with walks around butt ass naked every day. And he was yanking his knick-knack in front of me. Get his ass. How hard would it be?
14th, 2024. A hearing for Dave's
dude's
medical
a weirdo.
Making lewd remarks and participating in indecent physical contact. A legal representative said, Dr. David Defini's actions were intentional, deliberate, and served no legitimate medical purpose. Instead, they were designed to gratify his own sexual desires, abuse his position of trust, and humiliate the plaintiff, Miss Ballard. As a direct and approximate result of these acts, my plaintiff has suffered severe emotional distress, anguish, anxiety, humiliation, loss of sleep, vomiting, physical manifestations of stress, distrust of medical professionals, and other damages that no reasonable person should be expected to endure. Another lawsuit was filed from a plaintiff named Rachel Handler, who is a nurse practitioner and a former employee. Though she isn't suing Dr. Dave for receiving unwanted glimpses of his penis, it's over unpaid wages. I think there's no way around
unpaid wages.
It's totally a case of gooning, ruining your
Come
life.
on.
For the love of God, put your dick away and just be a doctor, dude.
The car wash foot gooner.
This is a case of a gooner who took his foot fetish to a whole nother level. Loitering around car washes and even hiding under vehicles to catch glimpses of sandal and flip
under the whip?
Women.
No, say it ain't so.
Police got a
Come on.
wherein a person claimed a peeping Tom had infiltrated a car wash located in Gilbert, Arizona on Val Vista Drive. Several witnesses reportedly spotted the at-large gooner, and surveillance footage literally showed the unidentified culprit sneaking underneath at least 3 separate vehicles. It was believed he was doing this to goon at the soapy feet of the women who often wore open-toed footwear while they were cleaning their cars.
Oh
While
my
these women
god,
vacuumed
what
and
the
detailed their
hell?
cars, this voyeuristic vagrant would slide up under their vehicles and enjoy a free foot show for several minutes at a time, likely stroking it and carrying on in ways I don't particularly
You
want
fucking
to know
kidding
about.
me?
This video clip in particular shows him emerging from underneath the vehicle when the woman finishes cleaning, and he just acts like he's minding his own business, you know, cleaning and detailing the tire of his own vehicle.
It's
This is
gotta
the
be a
incident that actually
joke,
got the
dude.
man
Nobody.
reported. Another
No way
customer
people
saw
have
this
fetishes
bizarre
like this. You
behavior
are sick as
transpiring and
hell.
later got in touch with the woman
You need
he
help.
gooned to and told her about it. This news was extremely upsetting to her, so she went to the car wash and asked them to pull the surveillance footage.
Sure enough, going through the video footage, I watched it happen. She was already in the process of calling the cops. He keeps walking back and forth, and you'll see him do that. He's watching to see what she's doing. When we talk to her, she's in the back seat vacuuming her car on that driver's side, and he slips up underneath that front tire. He was out underneath the vehicle for about 5 to 6 minutes, I want to say, and then he slips out and goes to this back passenger tire and is like trying to fiddle with it, making it seem like he's there the entire time.
The car wash foot gooner would
Look
later
at this
be identified
motherfucker.
as 28-year-old Jesse Johnson. And on
Jesse
the afternoon of
Johnson.
September 24th, 2024, because of his lascivious loitering, he would be arrested. The man facing 3 felony counts of voyeurism and 3 misdemeanors for disorderly conduct. Jesse was held on a $10,000 bond, and if that bond wasn't met, he'd be compelled to wear an ankle monitor, an apt punishment for a professional foot monitor. Unsurprisingly, according to court documents, the reason Jesse did this stuff at car washes was because of an uncontrollable foot fetish, with him even admitting to investigators that he was sexually attracted to women's feet and claiming that he
Bro. Come on. A foot fetish? Out of everything. You're going like her feet the most. Out of everything. Her feet. Not her ass. Not her hoo-has. Not her fupa. Her feet, bro. Yep.
he couldn't control his
sick
desires.
ass.
This actually wasn't even his first rodeo in the realm of public foot gooning. In fact, he had been previously cited on numerous occasions for attempting to look at, touch, lick, or come into contact with women's feet. In June of 2016, a Fox News affiliate, Fox 10, would cover one of the man's prior exploits, highlighting a case wherein Jesse was cited for hiding underneath a woman's car in a grocery store parking lot, and he attempted to touch her feet. The referenced article indicates that this was Jesse's 4th citation.
He threw his keys under her car as he was already underneath it, and he's like, shit, I dropped these. His hand reaches from under the car. She's like, what the? Sorry, I dropped these. Plays it off. I was just trying to reach for my keys.
For doing shit like this. Speaking presently, there's no new updates to report regarding this story, but for you ladies out there, next time you take your Camry to the car wash, consider some closed-toed shoes, or at least take a look under your car before you get busy cleaning, because there just might be a gooner under there jerking off.
The tragic story of the beach gooner.
Our next case is one that starts off rather humorous,
Us?
but quickly becomes disturbing.
Fine shit was gooning at the beach? No.
2021
No.
at a beach on
I'm getting real into it
in
now.
the state of Georgia. On this day, beachgoer Sarah Moss observed a woman laying on her beach towel in the sand using what appeared to be a vibrator, masturbating publicly. Worried that a child might see this, she reported it to police, who would arrive a bit later to investigate the apparent
I'm fucking locked in right
beachfront
now.
gooning incident. While she had moved locations by the time they arrived, police found their suspect at a nearby restaurant that was just off the beach. This woman identified herself as Christina Revels Glick, and when confronted about the call they received, she suggested that this was all just a big misunderstanding, denying the claim outright and even expressing that it may have been one of her friends pulling a prank on her. Here's the interaction.
Were you doing something you weren't supposed to be doing? What? Like, what were you doing on the beach? Like, prior to coming here. Prior to coming here.
There was nobody. I was just sitting on my tail. Nobody was around me.
Okay, and you were over at the beach?
Like I was near the water.
Near the water?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did I do? What did I do?
So apparently you were masturbating on the beach.
Who saw that?
I mean, a couple people.
No, they
families.
didn't. That's not true.
Well, why would they call us that?
Nobody was around. It was an anonymous call.
This bitch. She didn't even deny it. I don't even know what the fuck. She literally was like, well, they got me.
Who saw that?
I mean, a couple people.
Who saw that? You literally.
Well, why would they call us that?
Nobody was around. It was an anonymous call. Is this one of my buddies? Okay, one of my buddies.
No, it's not one of your buddies.
Dude, her whole demeanor changed when that happened. Watch. Hold on.
Who saw that?
I keep going back too far.
No, they didn't.
Hold on.
That's not true.
Why would they call us that?
Nobody was around.
Ready.
Anonymous call.
Ready.
Is this one of my buddies? Okay, one of my buddies.
No, it's
Watch. Dude. Turned over. She's tripping. I don't know if she's on some weird shit, sending somebody some videos of her doing some shit at the beach, but this cop ain't ready to play no games. This chick reminds me of the chick off what the hell's that Florida towing show, dude? That bitch stands on business.
Her entire demeanor switches up
it's like
after one of the cops asks her to show
I don't even know. I don't want to say the wrong name, but
and you know the truth would come out. She was getting freaky on that beach.
Is there anything in the bag?
No.
Is it alright if I look through it? I mean, if you can open it and can I see the contents inside the bag?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't really understand what y'all are.
We're just here because someone called.
if there's something in there, she's cooked.
Very concerned. Okay.
This is really highly offensive to me.
I got it. I got you. And that's why I'm trying to figure it out.
It's my vibrator, but I just put it in my. I was.
Oh, hot dog. Yep.
Sitting on the beach, and I just okay. Do I get a ticket?
God forbid a stressed out woman play with her coochie on the beach. Literally 1984, guys.
You gonna get your shit.
With her admitting to vibrating on the beach, she was handcuffed and arrested. In the process of being handcuffed, Christina tried to reason with police, saying that it only took her about 20 seconds to come and that she didn't mean to offend anyone.
I mean, if nobody saw it, they wouldn't have called, right?
Called if nobody saw it. Man, please don't do this to me. Are you serious?
I wish I would have seen
We
it.
had kids.
Man,
That's what.
fuck them kids.
So.
Christina, the beach gooner, was later charged with indecent exposure and disorderly conduct. She was released from jail not long after her arrest. I'm unable to find any records documenting a conviction relating to this. In fact, I can't actually seem to find any evidence of her attending a court hearing about this. It's possible that they may have just given her a slap on the wrist and dropped the charges,
She beat the case.
confiscating her vibrator and calling it a day. And well,
But he confiscated it and instantly was like, he said, you know, he looked at his other officer. He's like, you know, is he doing this thing? Ah, little horny freaks.
you've made it through yet another wavy web surf gooner video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you let me know who or what you want me to talk about next down below in the comments section.
That is a W hat though, and a W vid. W vid. Wavy web surf. The classic.